Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be playing a dragon, namely Niv-Mizzet, on the Dragon channel, which is actually pretty sweet. Not something we get to do that often, and I've seen some different versions of this deck, but I kind of wanted to streamline things down just a little bit to give us another way to win so we don't have to lean on the Niv-Mizzet so much, so we'll see if that works. But for those of you who don't know, Niv-Mizzet Guildpact is a 5-mana 6/6 that is flying hexproof from multicolor, which really doesn't stop it from much. I mean, most removal single color right now. But when you do connect and deal damage to an opponent, you actually get to deal X damage, draw X cards, gain X life, where X is the number of 2 color pairs that you have on the battlefield. So obviously you want to have as many things that are 2 colors as possible. Now, I will tell you, we don't have every color represented, mostly because I felt like streamlining things down is better. And the reality is, there's sometimes you're not going to have more than like 3 or 4 different ones out anyway, so why make that the focus for just a couple copies of different cards? So to that end, we are going to play some Get Lost, which I think are the only non-creature spells in the deck, but this just lets us get rid of a bunch of stuff. We are going to play 2 Dinnick, because, you know, lifelink, mono red. Same thing can be said of Gold for Thoptrix. However, this does help protect some of these bigger cards we're going to have later in the game, which is super nice. Jarina and Hajar, these two basically can sacrifice and protect our board from dying since we're playing pretty much all humans and legends. Ruby is a legend that gets us some mana, so again helps us ramp to those later things. Same can be said of Catilda, but Catilda lets everybody else also tap for mana, which is nice. We're going to play Anam Pakal. It's the only Boros card in the deck, but it kind of gives us another way to try to win. If things aren't going our way, we don't have to lean on our big cards. We can kind of get through with the small things. Urtai Resurrected, this is just a kind of a catch-all, counter and removal, helping the deck out a little bit. We are going to play Halana and Elena because, well, if we can give our big things haste, that's all the better. Inga and Eska, this is a fun one because it gives all of our legends lifelink, which is super sweet, all of our creatures actually. But then we can also tap for mana of any color, and if we spend 3 or more, that way, then we get to draw cards as well. So this kind of just does a few different things for us. Kellen has flying and vigilance. Occasionally we'll get to use the early part to investigate or whatever, but not too often. And then we have Jodah, the Unifier, which pumps all of our other legends for the other legends that we have when the whole deck is legends. Obviously you can see why this is good. And like we were talking to start with, 3 Niv-Mizzets. Now, I will say we're probably going to make a bunch of changes as we play games, so be sure to check out the end of the video because there's a real chance we're going to change the numbers of stuff. But if you want to download it and try it out for yourself, just go to the description down below, look for the blue arrows that take you to the Moxfield link. You can just download it, put it in Arena, or you can play any other sweet decks we have, because we've done stuff with +1/+1 counters, with angels, with goblins, all kinds of stuff this season. For now, though, let's go see if this version of Niv-Mizzet actually does what we want it to do. Hey, we could actually use Kellen early here. Let's keep this. We get to do Kellen things. Don't know if that's necessarily good or bad, but we get to do it. Okay. Either of these are going to deal damage, so it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and do this. We will investigate. We will play one of these. Alright, so now we have 4 mana next turn. Pretty much means we're just playing Kellen, who's going to die a grisly death, right? But that's okay. Because I can't imagine they kept that hand not being able to kill a thing. But I'd rather Kellen die than this combination of stuff. Actually, I say that. I guess we could have ran Dinnick out just for sport. Because, I mean, Dinnick dying doesn't really matter. Do we leave up Urtai here? I think I am going to, because it's either Urtai or we get to draw with their clue. Alright, so we will counter that, and that gives us a big next turn. Counter the spell. And then now we could Halana, Elena, and Dinnick and get in for a bunch of life and do some silly things. Hopefully they don't have a cut down, because that would hurt us on the inside. Doesn't look like they do. Let's give this haste and attack. Alright. So we should survive most sweepers here. You got it, friend. We're just going to keep bashing, I think, is the official term here. We'll play that. We could save a thing and still like Ganjo. That's kind of sweet. All right, let's who do we care? Let's just split to get more damage in. All right, we'll just. Whoa! I want to take some damage, opponent. I might want to protect the car or arena. I might want to protect something later. Since we have a bunch of legends, and then we'll first strike. Yep, there we go. Ooh boy, let's keep it. Play this tapped. All right, I'm going to take a chance and just play this and hope it doesn't die. Actually, maybe that's not this one. Well, maybe this. If this is Boros Aggro, it probably doesn't matter then. We'll just play Alana, and that'd be a better play. No, just... I mean, not to say it's still not. This is probably like War Leader's Call with Song of Totentance or something. Alright. I bet you we're going to see a War Leader's Call. No. Not at all. It was an Urbrass Forge. Cool, I guess. We're blocking. Okay, what do we have mana for here? We could play a land. If we tap this, we could still play this. Alright, let's limit what the opponent's doing, I guess. Put it here. Get rid of this. Play this. Get some extra life. Might as well attack. Almost don't care if they're dealing damage to us at this point. Oh, Devilish Valet shenanigans. Alright, so we do have to watch our life total. Opponent could put up a bunch of damage here. Actually, no, they won't, because we just picked up a Niv-Mizzet. Never mind that. Wait. We can tap this for green, blue, red, white, black, right? Why would we... Oh, it has to be two of the same color. Oh, that doesn't really work then, does it? Because we can get green, white, blue, red, black with one left over. Yeah, alright. It's whatever. Attack, attack, attack. And then we could... Well, we'll just shoot the opponent. I mean, we could shoot the Devilish Valet for 3, but it's not necessary. Alright, what are we going to do here? We can't really Kellen. We can't really Goldforge Thoptrix. We can Catilda? Not the most exciting thing, but, you know, we'll see. Well, I guess we kind of are just going to Catilda here. Let's put that on human. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just play Kellen straight up next turn. And then leave mana up for Goldforge plus Get Lost. And that's serviceable. Alright. We might need all that life gain in the Flyers here to even compete in this one, so we'll see. You don't want to kill that opponent. Who plays Play with Fire in those lists? Apparently they do. No, still can't cast this, though. Alright. Pass the turn. Warden. Alright. Get your dudes. Get a big Warden here. Yep. I mean, good news is we have a Get Lost in case things get real bad, but still something to be aware of. Yep. If you attack, I'm not blocking. Yeah, that doesn't help a whole lot since we have so many black-green lands here, but it is interesting. No attacks. Let's see. We can get black, green, red, white. So if we get blue or red on an untapped land, we could still cast this. That would be pretty significant. Let's pull for an untapped blue or red land here, folks. That's what we need. Alright. They're scrying, putting whatever it was on the bottom. Alright. They're gonna get to scry again. Alright, come on. Untap blue or red land. That's what we need. Yeah, not blocking, obviously. Alright, come on. Okay, alright. We did the thing. Though, argument to be made to play this, and oh, yeah, Alright, let's say they get land into Imodane's Recruiter. We'd be able to block the two biggest things and still take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and be at 4. If we do this, we'd be able to gain some life, block an extra thing. Alright. We're just going to gamble up. No, I'm taking blue from here. Like, why would you want to tap my Kellen? I'm okay taking that extra point. Let's get rid of that, so no more little dudes. Alright. I think it is still better to actually play Thoptrix and leave up Get Lost, honestly. Because I'd have been able to block Imodane's Recruiter, block one of the tokens, kill the Warden, and minimize my life loss. Okay. They get to kill Catilda a bunch. Fair enough. That does let them attack a little better here since Kellen is smaller. And this does mean now I can only play Thoptrix or Get Lost, which is a big deal. But I guess they can attack through because it's only 5. Alright. Hey, you're pretty nice, though. I ain't mad at you. Alright, what do we find? Nothing, because we don't have any things that cost 1 in here. Alright, opponent gives up. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this. The only uncastable thing is Urtai. That's fine, I guess. Oh boy. See that guy? It's either fairies or roots. If it's roots, we're going to really need... It's roots then. Okay. Then we're going to work on killing some roots. This is interesting, because I could actually do this and then use this. Alright. Don't know if I want to give them more mana, but I don't hate that, actually. Don't want to get rid of it yet, because I sort of want to see what else they do. Oh, they're just going to play another Roots. Okay, that's fine. They don't have anything in their yard yet. Dream Thief, still not in the yard. Alright, so now we will get rid of the Roots. During their end step, so they can't actually use this because it has to be as a sorcery. Sadly, I'm familiar with that because I built this deck not long ago. And I don't think the black-green version is the version you should be playing. I think Abzan or Sultai. I think there's versions of each of those that are pretty sweet. But with just green and black, I feel like you don't have good recursion for the roots. And that leaves you a little vulnerable to some different things. Ooh, Jarina's really cool. Can't cast it yet. I think the plan here is just play this. And go ahead and get rid of this. And pass the turn. I mean, if they have a third Roots, then congrats. I mean, like, we ain't going to be able to do nothing about it. We did our part. All right. Another Butler, sure. With just Butlers in the graveyard. I mean, at some point, this is going to become a hard situation to race. I mean, that's going to be a problem all its own at some point here in the near future. All right. Take 3 in the air. Sounds like a plan. Come on, something significant. You qualify as something significant. So next turn, I have red, white, green, blue. I need black from something. Alright, guess I'll attack with this. We're missing black mana. But if we can get a black land, then Jodah gets to go nuts. Actually, that opens up a lot of things. We got, like, Jarina just gets rid of the graveyard, like, all kinds of things. Opponent's like, nah, we want to put stuff in the graveyard. I really want to cast these cards, and I can't. That makes us sad. You know what, though? I think we just pass. Because if we put stuff in the graveyard, then they can start searching and doing things or whatever. So what I'm kind of hoping here is we get to attack, they lose some number of creatures, and then we Jarina. Would be pretty sweet. Tyvar, sure. That's unfortunate for us.
Let's see what this Hex Gold can do. Rally, my friend.
All right. You got it. Do I guess put back a flyer? Eventually. All right, our turn. All right, that's the alternate option. Just gain a bunch of life. Okay, well, this didn't work out so well. We did the right things. We got rid of their stuff early. Our problem here is that we have not been able to cast our hand. And we have answers. I mean, being able to move their graveyard is perfect. Being able to smash them for a lot would be fantastic. Currently, we're doing neither. My opponent should at least be attacking in the air right now, but I get them wanting to get those in the graveyard too, though. Alright. This is getting silly. We have even just caves and other stuff. We have a bunch of ways to cast that stuff, but we can't get to it. Alright, so what's our game plan here? I mean, if the opponent mills, that's not good for us. Alright, let's just pass. I guess I'll just make these gigantic. Sure, draw 2. I mean, eventually they're going to hit one of the cards because they put so many things in the yard now. So, I mean, it's not going to be long before they find the other roots. Alright, they didn't hit one yet. Sack that? Yeah, you might as well. As soon as they hit one, I think the game's over if we don't get black mana for Jarina. Are they just going to minus? No. Okay. Well, you should have attacked anyway if you're going to untap. Alright, we'll activate Catilda then. Come on, deck. Do us a favor here. Do us a solid. Bruh. Really? This is so unfortunate. Alright, if I attack, I have access to 1, 2, 3. I mean, I guess I need to not attack one more time. Ugh. We're just sitting here letting the opponent draw into what they want. Like, this is brutal. This is truly brutal. And they've already seen like 7 extra cards, 8 extra cards. So it's only a matter of time till they get to that last Roots. I guess the good news is they don't have much in their yard to use with it. They could minus Tyvar. And then they've got these 2 guys. So, I mean, I guess we're mostly okay. But we need a black source so we can just ace their graveyard. Because right now, they don't even have anything good to return. They would just be returning these knuckleheads, and that's whatever. Okay. Okay. This works. This is great. So now we can tap creatures for mana of any color to cast creatures. Love it. So let's start here and get rid of your grave. Actually, these don't have anything to return. So let's... Dang it. Let's do this. That wouldn't be leave us the ability to attack with anything. Oh, actually, we attack with Vigilance. Okay. Okay. This works. Thank you, Inga and Eska. So let's just threaten the Planeswalker. Actually, I don't even think we have to. Let's attack the opponent. And then they can do whatever they want here. Like, it's fine. Man, Inga and Eska coming to the rescue. Alright. Opponent goes to 9. And then they don't return anything. Alright, so we're going to do this. Alright, just making sure. Alright. And we can use this because it's still a creature spell that we can use mana with Inga and Eska, even though it counters. Alright, jeez. Whew. This, I think we have to mulligan. Being on the draw, that felt a little too scary. I guess we got to get rid of Beseiju? Nah, we'll get rid of Razorverge Thicket. Oh, no. Against Mono Red, well, this doesn't matter. I'd have been better off just trying to gamble with the other hand. But there's something to be said for this, I guess. We lose 1, we play Kellen. If we can draw another land, we get ahead. Could leave mana up for Urtai if we want to kill something. Or we could try to just Kellen the next turn. Alright, well, we're going to try our best here. I don't know how this is going to end up. We might just get run over here. Yeah, you really want to have a 2-mana thing early in these games. If you don't get the 2-mana creature, it kind of hurts. Fortunately, they have the all-little creature draw. And only 1 red mana. So that gives us at least a little bit of time to formulate a plan. Unfortunately, we got the wrong land on top of everything else. Oh, geez. Alright, we might still be dead anyway. This is tough. This is tough. Actually, I should have drawn first before I played the land, because if we get a black land, we'd rather have that up to use Urtai with. Yeah, because now we might just get burned out. Because they have to just be holding either burn spells or like Godric or something, right? Alright, there's that. Problem is, we kind of either get to Kellen or kill something. And we kind of need to do both. Oh, that land being tapped last turn really wrecked us. I don't know what we want to do here, y'all. I mean, Kellen just doesn't feel good enough, right? Because we block and we take 2, 3, probably 4, 5, 6 and get burned out. I mean, I guess we kind of got to do it. I mean, if they have a rage, that hurts too. I mean, they could also just have, like, Witchstalker's Frenzy or something like that. Okay, yeah, we're dead anyway. Cool. GG's. Like, now any burn spell just gets us. Like, we already know what's coming. Yeah. Okay, opponent goes first, and we can't use our hand. We're going to mulligan. We will keep this, however. And, wow, Jodah or Niv-Mizzet? I think under the circumstances, we're going to go Jodah. All right. Put that on human. I mean, I don't know if this is any good. Especially if this ends up being a life gain build. Did not need another Dinnick there, though. That much I know for sure. But who knows? Maybe we, like, Anima Call, we top deck a 4-mana thing, and then we draw a land for Jodah, and everything's good. You know, if wishes were fishes and all that good stuff. Alright. She gone. Or he gone, I guess. Alright, this is kind of sort of trying to be a thing. I mean, could be another Brutal Cathar here. I wouldn't mind even double Legend next turn into Jodah. That would also be good. I would be very accepting of that. Not blocking. Interesting. That's a little concerning. Like, if I'm being real, that the opponent was just okay with that plan. I mean, I guess this is dying to something. No? I guess they just figured they weren't blocking with their Brutal Cathar anyway, so might as well, sure. Alright, I almost use Otawara, but then they would just get rid of the Anima Call, so that wasn't really worth it. Alright. Also, if they exile the board, we get a Dinnick back, so that's not the worst thing either. Alright, an opponent says that's enough, I guess. Oh, gross. The fact that we drew 3 of the 6, like, that's not what you want. Okay. This is a thing. I'm going to keep my mana and get rid of Kellen, even though that's probably not 100% correct. I'm okay with it. Alright. That actually is a little more interesting because next turn we could Thopterix into Dinnick. And then have our legends a little bit protected, which is kind of nice. Especially if this is like Selesnya Enchantments and they're going to be trying to exile all of our stuff or whatever. Thopterix can buy us a little bit of time. And that's exactly what this is. Okay. So we have to hope to get a little bit lucky. Playing this first so Arena can't block us from playing it by not using our caverns or something. Alright. We also have some life linkers which could buy us some time too in the long run here. Now the downside is they could just like play a 2-mana removal, get rid of... Oh no, they're playing Calyx. Interesting. Alright. Let's see if we can find removal for one of these guys. Because I feel like we're going to need that. Like, I don't know how we're getting away otherwise. Yeah. Alright. Do we have it? We did not have it. Alright, well. Next best thing we can do. I mean, I guess we attack? I might just have to block with Dinnick on principle. Man, I needed any of our big creatures here. Would have been nice. Halana Nalena would have been slick. Obviously, any of our 5-mana duders would have been good here. Now we're probably just hoping to draw Jodah. Alright, there's a Spirited Companion. Pump a creature, get a card. Yep. And sadly, as soon as I play Audacity, we're going to be struggling. Okay, that's like annoying, but doesn't give anybody trample or anything, so that's okay. Like, we don't love that, but we can live with that. Yeah, sure. We take 5. In the grand scheme of things, that's neither here nor there, under the circumstances. Actually, you know what? I should have just attacked first. Because we do get to draw a card. Oh! Well, that's unfortunate. Do I just play Animpakal? No, I play this. Thought about playing Animpakal there and changed my mind. Alright. Yep. Still big. Yeah, I can't imagine what opponent's hand here is if they just didn't, like, empty their hand the last couple turns. But, I mean, as soon as they get their removal and things, I'm going to assume this is bad for us. Alright. And Catilda. Yep, that's probably going to do it. Yeah, we'll just block. Yeah, we didn't do a whole lot this game. It kind of took us a while to find anything of substance. No ways to pump our creatures or anything. You know, even a little Catilda would have been nice. The little Catilda. Yeah, this isn't going to do anything. Alright, opponent got that one. Alright, we'll keep this. This isn't flashy, but it's fine. Is this more Boros-y things? If so, I have to figure out, like, how much... Alright, looks like it is. Okay, let's go ahead and get Catilda down then. And then I think the plan's going to be just play Kellen straight up, and then see if we can get a couple of blockers out, and then what we can do with that. Yeah, I'm not blocking, obviously. That does not interest us. Though, not gonna lie, having a Get Lost here does kind of interest me a little bit. Okay. Pass the turn. So if they get too crafty here, we just kill a Bunnycorn. We can also take some damage from it as long as it's not too big here. Oh, they have another one. Okay. Oh, okay. Now we're going to want to just kill the Bunnycorn. Like, it's going to be annoying, but, like, we just want to kill it now. Oh, don't mind seeing that. Alright, we'll block here. Actually, I'll block the token in case some weird thing gets stuff out of the graveyard. Alright, and then we'll kill this. So we just take one. Also, keeping your life total high means that, like, even if they out-creature you, they can't get you with, like, a couple of puds getting through due to, like, Imadane's Recruiter or something. Alright, cool, cool. Alright, kill that. Bunnycorn shrinks. Okay, that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I could play Jarina here, but that doesn't do much. So I think we just kind of sit tight, hide behind Get Lost a little bit longer. Have a couple of good blocks, gain some life, which is big in this fight. At this stage, I'm kind of okay with them just having that. Like, while it's annoying, I don't think it's the end of the world. Oh, a second one, though, is going to be a pain in our butt. But if they don't have a bunch of other things putting creatures into play, we don't really care that much. Like, truly. Yeah, here that's a little greedy. I'm going to put the counter on the reinforcements, but, you know, to each their own. Okay, then what I'm going to do here is kill you. And do we just take 4? Yeah, I guess. Alright. We're just going to take it. A little bit risky, but we know what's on top. So, I mean, the cards in our hand would have to be really good. Okay, we get to do this and have a hasty or vigilance here. Alright. I don't hate this. Interesting. So their hand must be pretty weak if they're willing to block there. So that's cool. This is letting us Kellen? Oh, that's weird. Why would that be a thing? Because this lets me... Oh, this lets me let humans tap. I was thinking about Inganesca. I still have Catilda. I don't think I want to do that just to do that here. I might get this into play, though. And that seems alright. Oh, I can't. I can't do that? Oh, yeah, I can. Sure. And let's just get rid of your graveyard. In the turn. And now I have, like, the situation where I could, like, block, give these indestructible, you know. Yeah, Immidange Recruiter's alright. That's whatever. Alright. Nice. Love to see that. Love to see that. Okay, so now we have a few options of how to attack here. If the opponent gets a land, they could hit us for 2 more, so it's not a big deal. Let's go... Alright. Let's attack, 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 attack. See how the opponent blocks. Because we could tap everything just to put counters from Catilda too, but depending on how they block here. Alright. So. Are we okay with that? Because we could sack a jar. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just put counters on Duders. And then I would only lose... Either way, I mean, if I sack a jar, we kill off these two and they keep a 3/3, right? If I sack this, same... Oh, no, actually, they get to keep 2 things. Alright, so we're going to sack a jar. I want to minimize what the opponent's even able to do here. Alright. So now, even this turn, if they, like, Immidange Recruiter, we take 2, whatever, that's fine. Yep, you got it. That card's going to be annoying next turn, isn't it? Problem for them, too, is we also gained an extra life, so... I get what they're trying to set up here. It's like, alright, we're going to put all these into play, but yeah, it's not going to do enough. We would have to respond by killing one of them, but let's say we didn't have the Get Lost. They would get 6, so we go to 10. Then they would have Immidange Recruiter, but these would also all be untapped, would be the other issue. I mean, I guess they would block and kill that, but they would be at 19, minus 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, they wouldn't have killed us. Yeah, alright, cool. Oh boy, if we go first, sure. This seems fine. We can play Dinnick into Animpakal or into Jarina to protect Animpakal if we want to. That's always an option. Okay, well, we're just going to attack. And I think we'll just go ahead and play Jarina, who probably gets countered. Could have played Animpakal, but it's too likely they've got removal and counters, so no point in just wasting a card. Alright. In the turn. I mean, they're obviously playing the slow control to try to get into a breach situation, so We're kind of hoping to just draw an Urtai that we can cast later on. Alright. Kaito.
The powerful won't help. I'll do it myself. I know something you don't know.
Okay. The good news is we can at least protect stuff from a sweeper with Arena next turn. After that, we're kind of on our own, but we do have Plaza of Heroes as well. So this could be a case where being on the play could make a difference. Ooh, man, a big difference, because we do not even have any spells really to play here, which is critical. Alright, end the turn. Hopefully they don't have double removal. We will have a fair amount of life to play with, though. So that's the good news. Is Dennett gonna get it? Nope, they're just gonna draw and discard. So they're hunting for something.
Thanks. I'll be taking that.
They might also just want more information to set up next turn, too. Celestis, alright. So now if they have, like, Gix's command or something, that becomes real. I also want to try to kill Kaito here. Yeah, this is tough, because if we have to use Arena here, then they kind of get a free board wipe with Gix's command. And not a lot we can do about it either. Because our hand is poopy. Alright, they discarded a card? Another Breach. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and sack it. Ain't no reason not to, really. Matilda, you're cool and all, but you ain't helping the problem. Alright, this will become a 3, so let's just send that here, that here. 3, 4. And that's 5. We'll send the other one here. Alright. Alright, that's kind of all we could do, really. I mean, if I don't play anything, this flips, unfortunately, but there's too many cards that get us otherwise. So I kind of just gotta let it be. Maybe protect the Dinnick or something here. I mean, if they don't have it, maybe we still got a shot if it's just spot removal. But if it's any type of sweeper, which is very likely, I think we're toast. Though we play a land, we play this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right, so that was a bit of an interesting experiment. I'm kind of a lot of different mindsets here. It felt like the deck needed another 3-mana play. I do think that was a big deal. Like, it's okay if, like, let's say Ruby or Catilda lives on turn 2 to go right into playing one of the 4-mana things, which is great. But when you don't have that, it feels a little lackluster, honestly. And you kind of need something else there. I was thinking, as far as options, we could play Taurens, I think is one. This isn't bad since we're playing all creatures. Every creature will make a creature token or whatever, so that's kind of cool. It is a 3-mana 2/2, which is a little less exciting. I also think Shauna is an interesting option as well if we want some way to draw cards. And it's another way to gain life, which is pretty good, say against mono red or whatever, especially if you can put counters on it with Lana Nalena or something like that. Like, this is pretty solid. I don't mind this either as an option. And we are white and green heavy already, so you just have to get that little bit extra. And it is also a human, so I think that's a good option. Of course, there's King Darien Extra Large the 8th, if we want to go that route. It does pump our whole team, which does matter if we get something like Anam Pakal and being able to pump the tokens or something like that. So I think that's another way we could go as well. Right now, though, personally, I'm leaning on Shauna. And where I'm going to find that space, actually, is I don't think this deck needs 3 Niv-Mizzets. While Niv-Mizzet is cool, and it's awesome when it works, realistically, getting Jodah or Niv-Mizzets, or even just getting any of these other things to stick, is just good enough. So I think I'm just going to go with Shauna, and give us another way to draw. And right now, we have 26 lands. which is probably correct, but here's the thing. I mean, we have 16 things that cost 2. 5 of those are mana creatures. 3 things that we could play on 2 could also be Kellen to help us ramp a little bit. So I don't know that we need 26. I'm willing to go 25 and find space for one more card, and it's probably going to be either Hajar, Ruby, or maybe another Shana. Or something else in the 3 slot. I'll figure it out by the time I have this set up for download. But overall, the deck at least worked. That was kind of like the biggest issue was, does this work? Does Niv-Mizzet do anything? Do we need Jodahs? But yeah, here's where we're going to go with. We've got 3 Get Lost, 2 Dinnick, 2 Gold for Thoptrix, 2 Jarina, 2 Hajar, 2 Ruby, 3 Katilda, 3 Adam Pakal, 1 Shana, 2 Urtai, 3 Helena and Elena, 1 Inga and Eska, 3 Kellen Inquisitive Prodigy, 3 Jodah the Unifier, 2 Niv-Mizzet Guildpact. Lands are a mess, so I'll just let you look at the lands whenever you download it. We're playing all the different colors, so we had to make some decisions. But I did go white and green heavy, in case you're wondering why the lands look the way they do. Now, if you want something a little more straightforward that still does the beatdown thing, we played a deck that played Tribute to the World Tree with a bunch of +1/+1 counters on other stuff, and it turned out to be super good. So check that one out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.